Hello, people, and we got some crazy news with industry experts and CEOs, maybe with big bags, and maybe that's why they're saying this, that say Bitcoin can get up to $1 million with the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. Now, I'm of not that mindset. I think we're still going to go to about 150K this time. Possibly 250K, 300, 400K next time. I do think there is a slight possibility we can get to 250K this time, but I think that is also a little bit wishful thinking right now. Now, I don't really know how much they're going to purchase for the reserve if they do it, and I don't really know where the sovereign wealth funds are right now. But I'm sticking with 150K. But why do they think that they can get to $1 million? So, Bitcoin Act's passage could eventually send Bitcoin's price past $1 million per coin, industry executives say. But they're saying that within like 4 years or a cycle, or at least like in a 5-year period. So basically, like, they think that the US Strategic Reserve should purchase 1 million Bitcoin over a 5-year period, or about 200,000 coins per year. Now, 200,000 is roughly half of what Michael Saylor has at this point, because he has about 2% of the Bitcoin supply. So that's about, half of Michael Saylor every year for 5 years. Now, by the time that the US gets to 1 million Bitcoins, Michael Saylor might also be pretty close to 1 million Bitcoins. So the wealth of the US Reserve would about equal Michael Saylor's stash. Crazy when you actually think about that. Now, $1 million, even over 5 years, would put significant pressure on the price of Bitcoin, but I still don't think it'll get to $1 million per coin. So everyone is looking towards the enactment of the Bitcoin Act in the United States. And I think that's one of the first things that they're going to look for Trump to actually do. And I think there's a decent chance they get it. I think Polymarkets has it within 40% within a year of his presidency that he does a Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, because crypto companies and especially Bitcoin maxis donated a lot to his campaign and also obviously to his inauguration. So they've actually had interactions with numerous institutional clients, and all the institutional clients actually say that credibility of the crypto asset class remains the biggest thorn in the side, but having a nationwide strategic reserve of Bitcoins would make that vaporize or diminish the stigma faced by institutional investors. Maybe not just for Bitcoin, maybe for all of crypto too. So I think this is actually a really, really big event. So obviously, it's gaining traction right now. It's been introduced by Cynthia Lummis, and it's gained more traction since the November elections because Congress and the presidency got way more pro-crypto. Several U.S. states, including New Hampshire and North Dakota, also floated bills to create Bitcoin reserves. The proposed bills follow U.S. regulators' January 2024 approval of nearly a dozen spot Bitcoin ETFs. The funds broke $100 billion in net assets for the first time in November, according to data from Bloomberg Intelligence. Crypto analysts at Steno Research expect BTC ETFs to see additional net inflows of $48 billion in 2025. So obviously the ETFs are going to have more inflows, only about half as much as in 2024 though, because the first year's probably just going to be the biggest. Passing this act would obviously accelerate it much, much further, and they think this can push Bitcoin's spot price past $1 million. At least Adam Back thinks that, and many other industry executives as well, because it does kind of like make sense if you look at it. I mean, I don't think the price is right or anything, but I do actually think that right now Bitcoin stigma is that like it's still like not kosher or not like a mainstream thing. If you made it part of the strategic reserve, it will definitely become more of a mainstream thing. Removing the biggest stigma can result in a lot more investment in both crypto and the ETFs, and that definitely should power a lot of the FOMO coming into Bitcoin. Obviously, with Bitcoin going up, the rest of the coins are going up as well. So that's why the industry executives think that this particular act can really push Bitcoin to $1 million. Now, I personally don't think that. But, if it's a strategic reserve for the US and other countries make it a strategic reserve, it's not necessarily impossible. I still kind of doubt it, however. But, they have a lot of optimism up. I'm still going with 150K this particular bull run. And I'm not really sure if even now with the Oklahoma thing, I'm not really sure if Bitcoin will ever be really viewed as currency. I mean, you can use it via Lightning as currency. Many credit cards already do that, but I'm not really sure if it's like really built in the long run for that. But we'll see what actually happens with Bitcoin. But the Strategic Reserve have a lot of industry insiders very, very excited. I think they're more excited about this reserve than I am because I suppose like they've talked to more clients and the clients basically want the stigma of Bitcoin removed. I wasn't really aware there was much stigma left because I think people are more open to crypto now, but I suppose there still is in the general public. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.